Molweni guys, I know it's been a long time. It's been quite a while. Dingakhange post anything with regards to my BRICS experience series. Bentlakekile man, but otherwise ndihiso, ndihi. Yeah, I understand. And now I have the South African delegation with me, and I'm so excited. I honestly can't wait to hear what they think with regards to their BRICS experience. And also today, sizawuthetha malungana ne-Russian and African relations in terms of higher education and the relations that exist there. So IT, seeing that he's the other gender. So I can briefly, just briefly explain, introduce it, and then in 1, 2, 3 sentences, we'll start to selling experience about my BRICS experience.
Hello, my name is Ati Sibele. Obviously from South Africa. My experience here has been really enlightening. I've kind of had a lot of stereotypes regarding this place, but like I think they've kind of been thrown out the window because I've seen the Russians for who they really are, apart from what Western culture has kind of made them into. That's my experience.
Bonza.
Hi, my name is Bonnie from
Bonsoir.
Pretoria. In my BRICS experience, I think I'll take a bit of what Ati said. I think it was mainly stereotypes. We didn't know what to expect. You know, the media always shows us that Russians are these crazy, ready to kill,
cold people,
ready to go, people, and it's nothing like that. If anything, they're so cultured, they're so respectful. So I think that too, and also, with as well as other delegations as well, it has really just been like mind-blowing and really eye-opening. Like our worldviews, I think now are just so much broadened, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Auntie,
anything was eye-opening.
with regards to reception from South Africa, if Russians were supposed to or are to go to African universities or South Africa particularly, focusing on Cape Town, focusing on Joburg, Pretoria, like what would the reception be?
I think South Africa is really like a welcoming country. So a lot of people that come to South Africa are usually happy to be there, and there's so much culture in South Africa. So I think Russians or anyone from any part of the world would really love to be there. And we're also a bit different from what like the world predicts us to be. Like the depiction of South Africa is totally different. You know, whenever they think of Africa, they're like shacks, it's people getting robbed. It's like we've got such great infrastructure in our country, and if they were to go there, they'd see that we're actually like a world-class country, and they'd feel at home.
Yeah, no, I definitely second that. Definitely second that. Bonzo, with regards to your personal view or opinion with regards to Russian and African or South African relations, personal
Firstly,
opinion,
I think
in terms of the system of higher education.
Thing is, our education system and the education system we experienced here is completely different. It's very like this side it's very intense. It's very intensive hours, intensive work, but the work is not heavy, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I don't want to be rude, but it's really easy things to. You know what I'm saying? And with us, we're so used to being under so much pressure and having to read a lot and learn a lot, and I feel like there's not much assessment to this side. I don't know if it's just me or my course. We go to classes every day for like 6 to 8 hours, but no, we're not getting assessments. We're not getting marks back. We're not getting.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's like the lectures are not really involved in the learning process.
The development
they don't engage with us to that level.
And also, it also doesn't enhance a critical thinking if you think about it, because most of the time you literally just copy and paste. I mean, you would try it out for a while, so you copy and paste, and then feedback would come back, and you'd be like, "But I didn't expect that," you know. And it's literally just copy and paste.
It's like they don't expect you to have your own voice within academics. In a way, it's like you have to follow like a stringent dogma that like, okay, you need to do this way, and this is how you pass. Exactly. So it's a bit straightforward compared to like South Africa.
That's so you don't see yourself in the work you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, and also that also links personal development. Number one, in the academic field. Number two, it links your critical thinking skills, because you can't think for yourself. We're only like, sorry to say it, but I mean, you just rely on what Google says or what articles are saying about the particular topic, and you literally just copy and paste and boom.
It's not enough engagement.
It's exactly this. Also, I don't know if you guys also experienced this particular issue, because I experienced it in my course where even though you're trying to engage with the lecturer, you're trying to ask controversial questions and everything, they just give you like a textbook answer.
Yeah, so they're very dismissive.
They're very, they're very subtle. Like not subtle, but they're very dismissive actually.
Yeah. And when you're trying to have like a proper debate with them, then they like tell you about how they're qualified. And I was like, okay, we know, but like we know.
You
were
at
the point where we were
issues and the things that people are hiding, like things that are underneath,
and that is
surface.
That makes learning so exciting. It makes learning so exciting. You eager to learn more, to read more, to do research upon a specific topic and be able to formulate a proper, substantial argument. But now you kind of, when someone dismisses you in a way of, but I'm qualified, I've got a doctorate and I've got 4 articles published or whatever the case is, that kind of puts you off, because you're like, I can't engage with this person because he's then going to throw his qualifications at me.
True, and it's also a thing of like, why am I here if I'm not going to be given a platform to voice my academic opinion or my personal opinion in terms of these things that we're learning. So that
is so true. But then again, that's a huge difference between us and them, right? Or between Russia and South Africa.
We're culturally very different in terms of culture. Because here they're very conservative.
Yes.
And I think their academic space is also conservative in a way where students should like know that they're students.
Yeah.
And lecturers know that they're lecturers. And there's like a hierarchy that has to be established and known, and everyone should abide by it. So that's why we're in our universities it's kind of different, because here in my university in particular, you can even call like a lecturer by their name, like, hey, bruh, just talk to them. Like you talk to them, interact with them like they're your friend, because in that way, when you're talking to your friends, it's kind of like you're able to, retain information more, and you're able to laugh and have discourses and, engage with them properly. Whereas like here, it's like you're back in high school
and you just have to do things at a certain time, in a certain way.
And the only comfort they give is that you can text your lecturers on WhatsApp.
No, but I mean, hello, we used to that. We used to texting our lecturers on WhatsApp. And there's a lot of things we can actually talk about with regards to academics here, with regards to culture, with regards to just social life on campus. Personally, this is a very beautiful building. I mean, the architecture is I mean,
it's by far one of the best campuses I've ever seen.
It's world class. It's amazing. The scenery. I mean, if you're just going through the most, it's just one of those days. Just take a walk around campus. You see the greenery. I mean, that's only in summer. In winter, it's another thing.
But I like
the
snow. I like the snow.
But the snow. I know.
Like I didn't expect you to get this green in summer. Hey?
I honestly also didn't. And the heat actually, because kushushu like kushushu lawe. Okay. With regards to Ababazai, okay, guys, after us, recommendation, advice, and like saying be straight to the point, because Tina, we didn't know what to expect. You understand? Like, we're going from A to B. Like, chat it in, you understand? So at least in time we video about okay, no, there's this video or whatever the case is where we actually dissect our daily lives or our experiences with regards to academic, social life, so that they can also be able to prepare themselves mentally and for what's to come. Of course, they're going to have a different experience. So, recommendations?
Look, I think it's also, we have to be like cognizant of the fact that it's going to be different for everyone. Their experiences are going to be totally different. So one South African might have had the best time of their life here, another would have had the worst, the other one would have had a normal time, whatever. What I recommend is that, if you're a person who's like really interested in learning other cultures and interacting with other people, then definitely come. If you're really introverted, it's going to be quite different. Like, it's going to be a totally different experience, because then there's so many there's so many different characters here, and then you might get overwhelmed. So we have to kind of like mentally prepare yourself properly before you come here.
Because now, also, just to add on that, number one, the language is the biggest challenge ever.
They don't really speak English,
Mention Google Translate is at its highest.
Look,
and also just learn the basics of of the language, greetings, greetings, phrases, just something that's gonna enable you to.
If you're gonna come here with English, you're not gonna have
that's
they don't speak English.
Don't bring your world class English.
No one cares.
Anyway, what are your views?
I have so much advice
Give them
to give
all, Mama.
people.
Give them all.
Firstly, coming here being black, guys. Please remember that people here are not accustomed to seeing black bodies in reality. When they see black people, they compare us to people on
Can I actually say
music
something?
videos.
They old ladies take pictures of you without asking for a permission. They literally take out their phones and take photos of you while you're walking in the street. Like it's hectic.
You feel like a celebrity,
totally,
but at some point it gets to you because you're like, but why are you? Can you just ask? Ask me for a picture, and then I can say yes or no.
Exactly.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. So don't be alarmed when people take pictures, when people stay, when people laugh and speak. It's okay. Secondly, bring your own hair products. Bring your own hair products, ladies. Do not play yourself. There's not a black market here. There's no market for black hair products.
Look at this,
guys. I'm never slim. And it's called you'll be dry. Right?
Oh, guys, I can't get cute,
guys,
cuticles. I mean, especially because if it's one thing if you have short hair and there's as by you that weave girls or something, weave yakos or a set, you understand? But who's the other one braids, one afro yako, mama chonga, I go back on the cuticles. You're gonna struggle finding the right shampoo for you because it's not written in the language you used to. You understand? You won't be able to differentiate between what hair food and moisturizer is because hello, I get finding fiber.
Guys, I bought with shampoo for an entire month because I thought it was body wash until some Russian Jane came to them and was like, "Oh, this is great shampoo." I'm like, "Shampoo, honey, this has been on my body for weeks." For weeks.
Oh my gosh.
That is the worst. I wouldn't even care.
Baby love. Even finding body lotion. I remember the first time I went to Galina Mall. Oh my gosh, we spent literally almost the whole day in that mall trying to decipher
There's no cocoa butter, shea butter. They don't have such things here.
Don't even.
Another thing, there's also a lack of. Okay, we found a barber after so many months. There's lack of barbers for guys here. Guys want to do a fade or whatever. It's really. You have to find a friend who's black from Russia and tell you. Otherwise, because you can't be trusting. You can't trust Russians with your hair.
Yeah, no, that was an exciting note. Just to end things off on a more controversial note, Ati. With regards to again, Russian and African relations. What recommendations can you make with regards to? I know in every environment, whether it be academic, whether it be social, whether it be working place or whatever the case is, there are those subtle politics, right? So now we know that obviously with regards for the Russian and African relations to be established, right? Of course, there is already international politics there. So with regards to that, can you just highlight what you think might be a political aspect, and then also just recommend based on that?
Wait. Okay. Would it be proper for you to rephrase your question?
Okay. Let me rephrase. Right. So obviously we know. Let me not say obviously, but for people who are in academics, we know that there are people writers or scholars who've been writing on African and Russian relations. Right. So I guess my question would be, is the true version of, or is it an authentic version of what we see on paper and what we experience with regards to what Russian and African relations are?
Okay, the thing is we have to, when you're addressing something like this, we have to look at it from a historical point of view. So Russia, when they've been investing in Africa and coming to Africa, they have this, they basically come with a foundation of that they were the only European country that didn't colonize Africa, right? And they were also really helpful during colonial days and apartheid days, especially from a South African point of view, where they used to give weapons and training to a lot of
African
liberation leaders that we've come to know. So Russia has always been like a comrade, I guess, in a way, to African countries, because they don't have that racial dynamic that a lot of European countries have, where they view Africa as less, I guess. And you can see this from like Russia as a whole, because even from people from all around Russia, like you can't say a Russian is a certain race in a way, because Russians,
So true.
a person is a Russian by nationality and how they see themselves as Russian. So you could be anything and be a Russian. They don't have that thing where if you're Swedish, you all know you're gonna be white with blonde hair or whatever. In Russia, it's like a whole it's like a spectrum of people that is so different, which is also the same as a lot of African countries now, right? So they are really like a welcoming group of people. So that is why even now in like contemporary days, they're still funding, still giving money to African countries, and they're still helping out with mercenaries and weapons the same way that they did years ago. So
and of course also through scholarship
as well, because
the whole BRICS
we're
educational
able to exchange
internship,
information, and they know more maybe about African agency and things like that, and we also know, and they, by giving them this information, then they're able to have like a more in-depth like look on Africa, not just like a surface level where we know that Africa's like this and we're helping them out like this, but we know that they can also share intellect. So we're able to share intellect with one another, which is really good.
Yeah. In the context of BRICS, Bonnie, can we continue that relationship on that historical basis? Do you see a future for Russo-African relations?
Definitely, I really do. I think, like as I was speaking, I was thinking about how like the Russian media is so censored. So I feel like they don't really have the that American lens of what Africa is and how Africa should be. So they rely on these kind of things to actually formulate a true opinion of what places really are. So I feel like these experiences are so amazing, and they could really go a long way because they actually get the authentic version of who we really are, and we're able to share our experiences. Like they can hear them from the horse's mouth instead of building their own perceptions of what we're like. So I feel like these experiences should and will go a long way.
And it's also funny because sometimes they think we're American.
Americana. They're just like yes. American. Sometimes just to joke around. Because sometimes you would be like in the mall or wherever, some random old lady would come and be like, Africa? You'd be like da. Oh, my daughter is in Ghana. You'd be like, okay.
Do you know that I've noticed that they don't know that South Africa is a country.
They don't know.
You'd be like, South Africa, like, okay, which country?
Gdia. You'd be like, Yushna African, Gdia. You'd be like, yo, Gdia what?
They don't even know rugby, so you can't even tell them we're like
rugby. They have a rugby national team.
Really?
Yes.
Is it like good?
Well, I don't know if it's good, but I mean, I don't know if they're good, but they do have. And even here on Fefu, I've seen them training by the thingy.
It's not soccer.
It was not soccer.
Rugby,
Those boys were tough. They were, even after that, I remember, don't do that.
Sorry.
After that, I remember I went to go research rugby at Fefu and rugby in Russia. And I saw and I was like,
they still call it rugby.
They call it rugby, but obviously I don't know how they call it in the Russian.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah, man, that was exciting. That was very informative, and I really liked that. Siyathemba again, Anike guys, Nina Nizao enjoy the video and also take into consideration the information. It's very useful information and advice coming from one of my. This one. This one was it? No.
You can pull me whatever you want.
Anyway, so I regard them as family, not friends.
Yes, okay, that's better.
Alrighty then guys, until my next video, subscribe and comment and like and share and nenze yonke lando cuticles because ngizobe ndilindile feedback ne response. Until then, ciao.